Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Top 10. I'll be your host today, and our topic is going to be the Top 10 Natural Disasters list. At number 10, we have landslides. Rockfalls, deep failure of slopes, and shallow debris flows that occur in offshore, onshore, and coastal environments are the main causes that lead to a landslide. A landslide is a geographical phenomenon that occurs when the stability of a slope shifts from a stable to an unstable condition. A number of factors contribute to this change. Soil erosion, loss of soil nutrients, groundwater pressure, volcanic eruptions. Those are just some of the natural factors that can cause landslides. There was a landslide once caused by the excess of accumulation of rains, resulting in the destruction of more than 100 homes on the coast of Puerto Rico. Number 9, we have avalanches. Also known as a snow slide or a snow slip, the avalanche is a rapid flow of snow down a sloping surface of a mountain. Avalanches are usually initiated from a mechanical failure in the snowpack, which is a slab avalanche, and can grow in speed, mass, and volume as it flows down. Large avalanches have the strength to entrain not just ice packs, but also rocks, trees, and other materials that come in its way. Mostly, avalanches occur during storms under increased load due to snowfalls. Ice falls, rock falls, rain, and earthquakes are some of the natural factors that trigger an avalanche. An estimate of about 40,000 to 80,000 soldiers lost their lives due to a series of avalanches in the Alps during World War I. Number 8 is drought. A shortage of water supply that lasts for months or years in a particular region is called a drought. Droughts generally occur in regions that consistently receive below average precipitations. It can adversely affect the ecosystem and the agriculture of the affected region. Droughts are of 3 types: meteorological, agricultural, and hydrological. Long-term droughts can result in the creation of arid biomes like deserts and grasslands. Dry earth formed in the Sonoran Desert of Mexico is an example. Dust storms, erosions, diminished supply of crops, and other resources, not to mention wildlife extinction, are some of the common consequences of a drought. At number 7, we have wildfires. A wildfire is also referred to as a brush fire, a forest fire, grass fire, or a hill fire, and these normally occur in the countryside or wilderness area. It can be best described as an uncontrolled fire that causes a mass destruction of combustible vegetation. They frequently occur in regions that are sufficiently moist to allow the growth of vegetation, but have extended hot or dry periods. The generally hot and dry climates of Australia makes the country vulnerable to random wildfires during summer and spring seasons. Wildfires are a huge threat to life and infrastructure. The 4 primary causes of a wildfire are volcanic eruptions, lightning, sparks from rockfalls, and spontaneous combustion. The charred landscape of the northern Cascades of the United States is a prime example of the devastating effects of a wildfire. Number 6, a natural disaster that I'm familiar with, being I live in Florida, we're at floods. A flood can submerge a normally dry land in water and is a threat to the existence of life on Earth. Flooding may occur due to an overflow of water from a river or a lake due to an accumulation of rainwater on saturated ground. It usually happens in flat or low-lying areas where the accumulation of water is very high. It can also occur when the rate of flow of water exceeds the capacity of a water channel. In October of 2005, when the river bodies of northwestern Bangladesh exceeded their maximum capacity, dozens of villages were inundated. While a flood normally develops in a slow pace, flash floods occur in the blink of an eye, with no warning of the coming rains. This can wreak havoc in a large scale, damaging both vegetative and non-vegetative resources. For our number 5 position of natural disasters, we have tsunamis. A tsunami is also known as a harbor wave and is a series of water waves caused by the displacement of a large water body like the ocean. Underwater explosions, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, or landslides that happen under the Earth's surface can trigger a tsunami instantly. There was a Greek philosopher of the 5th century BC that claimed that a tsunami is caused by underwater earthquakes. However, the exact nature of a tsunami remains unclear even today with our technology. In appearance, the tsunami wave resembles a rapidly rising tide and is hence often referred to as a tidal wave. They occur in a wave train at periodic intervals ranging from minutes to hours. Though warning systems are established in prone areas, a tsunami cannot be precisely predicted, even if the magnitude and location of an earthquake is already known. At number 4, we have volcanic eruptions. The explosion of lava, tephra, and other gases from a volcanic vent or fissure is termed as a volcanic eruption. Volcanologists have briefly classified the eruptions into 3 types: magmatic, which involves an outward propulsion from the magma due to the decompression of gases; phreatomagmatic, which happens in a manner that is exactly opposite to the threat of a magmatic eruption; and phreatic, which is caused by the superheating steam within the magma. The eruptive strength is measured using a volcanic explosivity index, a magnitude scale ranging from 0 to 8. The different types of eruptions are named after famous volcanoes where a similar characteristic has also been exhibited. At number 3, we have tornadoes. Tornadoes are a violent rotating column of air that are also referred to as twisters or cyclones. They often look like a funnel suspended from the clouds. A typical tornado takes the shape of a condensation funnel and has a wind speed of less than 110 miles per hour. Tornadoes occur frequently in tropical areas that lie close to the equator and are less common in high latitudes. The enhanced Fujita scale, previously called the Fujita scales, is used to calculate the amount of damage caused by a tornado. Antarctica is the only continent that has never been affected by a tornado or a cyclone. Our number 2 natural disaster is earthquakes. The rapid release of energy from the Earth's crust creating seismic waves is responsible for what we call an earthquake, also known as just a quake or a tremor. The magnitude of an earthquake is measured using a device called a seismometer. The 9.0 magnitude earthquake that hit Japan recently in 2011 is the largest among the recent reported tremors. An estimate of around 500,000 earthquakes occur every year, of which about 100,000 actually can be felt. While the Earth's tectonic plates are responsible for most earthquakes, certain human activities can also trigger a tremor. Drilling and injecting liquid into wells, coal mining, and oil mining are some of them. The 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake, a magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3, is the 3rd largest earthquake that struck the world. At number 1, another one that I'm also familiar with, hurricanes. Hurricanes are characterized by strong winds and thunderstorms that can produce very heavy and torrential rains. They normally occur over large bodies of warm water. In addition to the strong winds and heavy rains caused by a hurricane, they also generate high waves and tornadoes, thereby posing a great threat to coastal regions. Hurricane Franklin, which occurred in the North Atlantic Hurricane Basin, is an example of a strongly sheared tropical cyclone. The heavy rains can even create floods, which also adversely affect the human population locally. Most hurricanes happen during the late summer, when the difference between the land and sea surface temperatures is at its ultimate peak. That is it. You have it for our list of top 10 natural disasters. Don't forget to click subscribe so you can join us again for another episode of Top 10.